Hello, Carl here with Sustainability Theory News. We're over at niftyhomestead.com. They have an article on 40 different fermentation recipes. Pickles are just one form of fermentation. They start out with sauerkraut, which is basically pickled cabbage. Now, the main ingredients to make the brine, which is the liquid for any fermentation process, is usually just water and salt. Sometimes you can use a little bit of a starter, which is a probiotic. I've heard of some people using store-bought probiotics, the pills you take to help your digestive system get more beneficial bacteria and fungi. Well, some people will take those pills apart, put them right into their pickles. Some people will make yogurt, which is a hot fermentation process, and you can use that whey from that yogurt making process as a starter for many types of fermentation. So let's get back to it. Sauerkraut, mostly just cabbage, but some people use ginger and carrot with the cabbage. Sort of like a coleslaw, rhubarb, lime, ginger sauerkraut. You can add all sorts of flavors and spices and whatnot to make it meet your taste. Carrot and radish, those are two great things to pickle. I love the taste of carrot and onions as well. Kimchi. It's a Korean type fermentation process. Sauerkraut's more Eastern European. Kimchi is Korean, and it also uses cabbage oftentimes as its main ingredient, but they also make a type of paste to sort of flavor it, and it's almost always very spicy. But they got vegan kimchi, they got sweet kimchi, all sorts of great recipes here from various sites across the internet. Down to pickles. Most common pickles are cucumbers, but some people use apple cider vinegar. Some people use water and salt, the traditional brine. I prefer vinegar pickles myself. Crock pickles. Now, a lot of the systems you've seen here are using mason jars for pickling. A lot of people like to use crocks, which are basically ceramic dishes that might just have a plate over it. It's not completely airtight. It uses the ambient yeasts and bacteria in the air to sort of start the fermentation process. Fermentation can take place over 2 days or 2 weeks or even longer. They have hot sauces at the end here that can take 2 to 10 weeks to ferment. Carrots, again, great tasting after you ferment them. Asparagus, beets, fermented beets with orange and ginger, turnips, all sorts of root crops like radishes as well, various vegetables. They also talk about potatoes and tomatoes. This one sounds delicious. Basil and garlic tomatoes. And they also talk about in this recipe how you can puree it into a sort of hummus. And that, I think that would be great. They could use it as a spread or as a dip or just another ingredient in a dish. And they have pineapple drinks, fruit fermentation, making apples with some walnuts or some cinnamon, apple chutney, so basically fermented and then pureed. Fermented apple juice, berries, spiced peaches, oranges, grape leaves. I'm going to try this. I got a lot of wild grapes growing on my property. So next year I'm going to ferment some grape leaves, jalapenos, garlic, which adds a nice little distinctive flavor to the garlic. Kefir, which is fermented milk. They can use grains or starters. It's based in India. And hot sauces. That finishes it off. Of course, I will link to this article in the description, and you'll find the links for these individual recipes in the blue below the photo. Of course, if you'd like to see more news headlines like this, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.